Good day and welcome back to another week of Talking Technical. And I did speak about this share before, and by the way, thank you for the request, but I did speak about Brait before. And this share was as low as, can you believe it, around 78 cents in September 2024. But slowly but surely, it's a tiny little grind to the upside, and that always gets my focus. And the reason why I say that, let's just have a look at the volume. And remember, this is the company that was well above 100 Rand before, and maybe it's a tiny little recovery here from here, but look at the volumes. There was a spike in volume. Now there's no volume and the share is ticking higher. Now this is a classical case of the share is climbing the wall of worry. So if you do have the stock, and by the way, I've got the stock, but I've got it since a long time ago. I added some up, but I'm still way down. So I hope that this company can sort of recover. And that was now one of the classic cases. I bought it on a fundamentally view. A friend of mine told me, wow, fantastic company. I bought it. And then when it started to go down, I did not take my stop loss because I believed him, because he's a much cleverer guy than I am. But eventually there were some other problems with Brait and the share did drop. So yes, if you look at Brait here, it looks like it wants to move higher. And I want to show you this little line here. There's the support line that the share must hold. Now, I'm under the impression that this share is maybe going to carry on with this consolidation, but above 2 Rand and 23 cents, the momentum to the top is in place, because there's a high, there's a low, there's a higher low, another higher low, now we've got a higher high. That is positive, and for me, I'm just planning to add in onto the stock if it gives me a technical buy again and not a fundamentally buy, as my friend told me. But by the way, my friend is also having the shares, and I must be honest with you, he's a very, very clever man. But it just shows you that sometimes you can also be horribly wrong. Now let's have a look at gold. Everybody's just on the gold wagon, and they say, wow, gold must just go higher and nothing can stop gold. But if I look at this rally, the rally is beautiful, but this 40-week moving average, remember this is a weekly chart, sorry, the Brait chart was also a weekly chart, but this 40-week moving average acts as a magnet. So it can easily take it down all the way down here. I know a lot of people are talking about 3.6. Now, if it carries on the way it's carrying now, and this line carries up, we'll probably meet up at 3.6 if gold price comes down. But where's the first place where you need to get worried? And that is that little line there. Now, because that is a beautiful lamp-hole formation, and only below 4,003, you can actually say 4,000 on the dot, gold will give us a lower high, and then we will get nervous about it, because that was the first move down. We're busy working now to see if we can go higher. A lot of people are very positive that this is just a breather. For me, I want the share above, or the gold price above this level. Let's just draw in that little line there. We're almost there, but we're not yet there on a weekly close. Remember, this is a weekly chart. We need to get a weekly close above 4105 to build some upward momentum again. But for me, below 4,000, this chart will not look healthy. And remember, a lot of people is into gold, and they believe that gold cannot go lower. If it does go lower, like Bitcoin showed us that it can go lower, it will trigger a lot of sellers, because a lot of people will be disappointed with the price not going higher, and they will almost sell in despair. And that's what happened to Bitcoin, this sudden sell. Well, let's have a look at silver. Silver is the one that they say that lagged gold. It's almost exactly the same picture. Remember, this is also a weekly chart. There's the 40-week moving average. It rallied away above that, so maybe it can pull back all the way to $39. That's $38.92. But where will silver maybe give us a buy again, or a confirmation that it can go higher? There's the level, and above $50.66, that will be a higher low, and then the silver price can maybe head higher even from there. Well, let's have a look at Harmony. Well, Harmony is one of those stalwarts in South Africa. The gold, the price did wonderfully well. I mean, nothing could stop the price. Let's just get it there. There you are, Harmony Gold. And remember the other day it was just shy of 350. It went as high as 349.97. But there's your 40-week moving average. Once again, a weekly chart. And if you look at it, there's your support line. The support line just tells you that the momentum is still to the up. And if I combine the resistance here, the resistance lines, then what do you see? A rising wedge. And I really do not hope that Harmony breaks below this 40-week moving average on this weekly chart. That is sitting on 270 Rand 45 cents. Then maybe it can surprise us all the way to the downside. And where can it go to? And I mean, everybody will just say, listen, de Klerk, you're out of your mind. It cannot go there. But yes, it can maybe go all the way down to 160. There's the strong support, 160.67. So just be a little bit careful on Harmony. It looks like it's running out of steam. Watch this 40-week moving average above it. It's still all the way to the top. The momentum is to the upside. But if it breaks this 40-week moving average at that 270 Rand level, which I gave you, then just be a little bit careful because it can maybe surprise you all the way to the downside. Let's have a look at Anglo Gold. But Anglo Gold is in a different story. The other day, they reported some results. The results were not that great. But what happened? The share just went higher. And there you are. Remember, they've got quality mines. They are good operators. And they sit on a load of cash. And there's the 40-week moving average. Once again, a weekly chart. And the 40-week moving average sits on 939 Rand and 30 cents. And I will get only worried, can you believe it, below there. It's quite a low from here. That is sitting at, wow, 118 Rand and, 1,185 Rand and 83 cents. 1,185 Rand and 83 cents. Beautiful rallies to the top on a brand new high. For me, I will not chase the momentum. It is overbought, but it doesn't mean that the share cannot go higher. It can easily go higher. So just be a little bit nervous, but not to chase the momentum and only get worried above this support line, and the 40-week moving average is quite low from here. So between the two, I would rather wait for Harmony or Gold Fields to give me an opportunity to get back into gold. If you want to chase Anglo Gold at these levels, woo, it's maybe a little bit clever, but it can also be a little bit scary. Let's have a look at Old Mutual. I like the company because a lot of the investment houses are doing well. The price rallied way from April, can you believe it, from 980 to 13 Rand 49. And I'm a little bit worried that we're seeing a double top here. There's the one top. There's the other top just above that. That gives you a classic double top. And where will be the first sign of weakness? That will be below this level here. So, but maybe I'm talking my book because I would love the stock to come down so that I can buy it because they pay a decent dividend. They've got a restructuring model. They're working hard on fintech, and they're really doing their best to get some new customers. Or I know South Africa is tough on the insurance field or the investment side, but it's a good quality company with a nice CEO. But below this level, I'll get nervous. 13 Rand and 7 cents. It can maybe break down because this double top, that will be my first sign of weakness. It can easily go down to 12 Rand 39 because if you see this as a tiny little double top, the momentum to the down below 1307 can take it down to this 40-week moving average, 12 Rand and 40 cents. So maybe at 12.40, the indicators will also be nice and low. And by the way, one of my friends, also fundamentally well-known chap, he said to me, Frans, whenever Old Mutual comes under pressure again, it often give you a chance at 10 Rand. You must just buy them and hold them. So, well, let's see. Maybe one day there's a shock in the market again, and then Old Mutual can go back to 10 Rand. I doubt that, but then it's a place to buy it right there. Let's finish off the show with NVIDIA. Remember, NVIDIA is all in the news. I mean, they came last week out with brilliant results. Nothing to worry about. But what I'm not liking is this chart. There's this resistance right at the top. Just have a look there. And look what's happening here. That is the worry. That was a rising wedge. And the rising wedge was quite well in place to get the momentum going. And what happened? The share broke below that. Yes, the target of this rising wedge is $166.52. But I will get very worried if it gets below 166.52, because that will give us, let's just take those lines out, that will give us a proper lower low, and that will be negative for the share. So watch this 166.52. I know that's your 40-week moving average on the weekly chart. That sits at 152.43, but just be careful about this 166.52. Remember, Nvidia is almost 14% of the weight in the Nasdaq. That's quite heavy. And remember, if this stock comes back, the artificial intelligence stocks will all pull back a little bit, and that will put the Nasdaq under pressure. So just watch your Nvidias. I haven't got the stock, but if you do have it, be careful. If it breaks this support line, then things can really turn out to be nasty. Well, thank you for watching the show. Visit our website, www.fransdeklerk.com, for more info, and thank you for all the new subscribers. Have a nice week.